to so many questions. I'm about my business.
Yep. That's how we can do it.
Man.
Oh, shit. We back again. Yo. What up? It's your boy, Arlington Scott, the man with the voice. This is Third Perspective Podcast, man. We got a lot of people this time. You goddamn right, man. Shut the... It's always one, bro. This nigga sitting here eating. Luckily, we don't got no brains on here, so other than mine. So we don't got to worry about no copyright shit.
Yeah. You don't pay us, we don't close this shit up.
Don't show the sign. Don't show the logo, bro.
They know what it is.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I had to pay all my money for this.
Oh my god. We got a couple of guests, man. Y'all know this nigga. You gonna tell him your name again or?
What's up? It's BK.
All right.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's professional right there, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's my dad.
That's how you have to wait. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you two introduce yourselves because I don't want to fuck up your name or call one of y'all the wrong name.
I'm about to say. I'm Sean C. Also known as Cobra.
That was cute. I'm Ryan.
Give your Instagram name. They follow y'all.
Racing.
Underscore the 8%.
That sounds like some deep shit.
What is
The
mine?
8%?
Oh, it's just because 8% of people were black in NC State when I attended there. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the culture.
That was like literally the deepest shit ever.
It's just the fact. It's just like.
That was a culture, bro. That was like 4%, something like that. It's crazy.
Okay.
They gone down.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. It's a sad story.
Not a sad,
All right.
not a sad story.
Let it
Oh shit! Not a sad story.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave shout out to NC State.
They won't back though. We still
we got family that go there. So
love you.
yeah, I guess we can just jump right into this first topic.
Okay.
Hey,
Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, guys. BK wanted to talk about this. She has a very interesting take on the state of Black History Month now. And I definitely want to have this conversation because I feel like it does need to be talked about. And some black people that gonna probably act a black ass fool on this episode needs to talk about it. So BK, what is your take on like the state of Black history now and how it's being celebrated and people being included in it?
Okay.
But first, Jazz, did I get fries? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Did this nigga just do an order checkout? Yo.
This is my thing, right? I just feel like this Black History Month doesn't feel nigga enough for me. And, you know, I think that I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna close it up, right? So just bear with me, right? Racism is not bad. Why? Because I feel like it creates competition and competitiveness in the black community. It's a lot of things I've noticed.
Racism creates competition.
Racism.
Oh yeah, let us finish this.
Let me finish my motherfucking topic before y'all jumping right in my throat. Okay? So this is my thing, right? Black History Month is very whitewashed, right? You turn on TV, you see all these random commercials from like Geico and fucking City Trends, not City Trends, fucking Old Navy, like Old Navy, like all these predominantly white companies are like really niggering it up. And it's not genuine. It's not a genuine like care for black people. They just want the dollars. And so for me, right, because once they decided to make black people slaves, that was a beef that's going to last forever in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to reconcile. I don't ever, like yes, I have white friends and shit like that, but the beef going to last forever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want white people to be on the same level as us during Black History Month. Like, it should be food for us, by us. It's too inclusive. I want it to be more exclusive because I don't want them to feel comfortable. I want them to be very uncomfortable during February, during Black History Month. I want it to be a only black type of situation.
Only
and I'm
niggas
sick
allowed.
of white people celebrating Black History Month. They do shit to us.
You feel what I'm saying?
Can I get examples? I'm so curious.
No,
Yeah.
that's honestly how it makes sense because it's super just like commercialized now. Target, all these fucking places. Oh, we're celebrating Black History Month. What the fuck does it mean? Niggas don't know what the fuck.
So we know what it means, though. But
we know what it means.
At the same time,
saying that white people.
So what if that fake ass support turns into real support for somebody, right? Does that mean you still?
Is that how America works?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
It's not?
Exactly. No.
Disagree.
Disagree.
I'm thinking, okay, so at the end of the day, right? I agree to y'all to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's
I don't
like,
gotta talk that much on this one.
I'm just saying, like, even some of that fake support from Old Navy, we know a lot of that stuff. Old Navy, like NFL, all that stuff. A lot of stuff is fake. You're right. It's for the dollars, but at the end of the day, somebody might get somebody basic minded might really change their life because of that fake support. Like, bro, I shop at Gap. They support black people, so I gotta support black people, and that might completely change that little man's life. But
that sounds to me. That sounds like I got a white friend, I got a black friend type vibe.
Because this is my thing.
Yeah.
When we
but
talk about,
cultivates into something more than that.
but when we talk about Old Navy, or when we talk about
education.
Gap, when they do have these Black History T-shirts and things of that nature, are they donating it to a black funded organization? Are they giving that money to a black family in need? All they're doing is putting Black history shit out for us to buy. So how is that helping us?
It's almost
not.
like, shut up, take this.
Exactly.
But I mean, even in the black community, when it comes like with what you're saying about giving money or donating and shit like that, right? Like, let's pick a black clothing line, right? We see a lot of them now. The ones that you see pop or that really take off that's black owned, them niggas already rich. And it's a bunch of rich black people paying other rich black people. They're not necessarily coming down to smaller black companies and putting into them.
Trigger.
But I don't want them to.
Why not? They black.
not?
And it's
Because
black history.
They didn't do the slavery shit. It was the white
Who
people.
didn't do the slavery shit?
It was the white people.
No, the
I
white.
would-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's a lot of black people that don't support black people shit either. So even if we do nigger it all the way up, will other black people support it?
That's another topic too. Even with
Yeah,
that.
I was about to say that's
but
almost
even
like
designer stuff.
classism. That's almost classism.
But not even
Yeah.
classism, because there's we got that whole cliche about black designers and being like, yo, like, you wouldn't ask, Dior to give you a discount. I completely understand the concept. But at the same time, it's like, you're also not Dior. You know what I'm saying? Your fabric isn't Dior. Your
But
standards
you
are not
devalue them
Dior.
by saying that.
So look, I don't want to devalue anything, but if you getting your fabric from Walmart and want to call it Dior, I can't support
Right.
that either, though.
If you getting shitty quality and you trying to high price it just to get to a
'cause
certain.
I'm black owned. Bro, I'm not supporting you. Is your quality good? Bet.
The thing
I'll
is, are
pay
you
more
gonna,
then?
are you going to take the time to save or get whatever money you need to get to then buy better product to be able to put out and charge this much?
This is a different topic
It is. It's Eurocentric.
because
It's Eurocentric.
because
It is.
one
It changed.
Oh, for sure.
Shit
when we
changed real quick,
talk
man.
about black people and they fucking businesses, I got a lot to fucking say about that. Okay, because
Okay, so we want to go back to
you know what I'm saying.
black
So,
people keeping black history
Yeah,
black.
let's stay
That's
on
how
topic.
bad it did.
Because-
Yeah, excuse me.
I think it's
Yeah,
fucking
because I'm about
nerve.
to. I don't want to
feel
get
you.
into black people ass during
I
Black
feel
History
you, though.
Month.
Wait, but BK, you got examples though. I'm still looking for examples. When you're talking about being whitewashed.
One, I said the commercials.
Okay, for sure.
Right. So even when the whole, I don't remember exactly because it's been so many shootings and deaths and just
for sure.
with police. But I remember when Nike was showing their support, right? And they said they were going to close down their stores in remembrance of whatever situation. I don't remember if it was Sandra Bland. I don't remember if it was George Floyd, because everything was just like so much at the time, right? Forgive me for not knowing exactly what it was. But if you really wanted to help, right, wouldn't you say, I'm going to give a higher salary rate to those stores who are in cities that are mostly black populated? I'm going to open up a YMCA in those urban cities and provide all of those athletic equipment to those inner city children. Like, those are things
So
that
are they
we
just
need.
doing that for free because they running a business too now?
It's a business at the end of the
Right,
day.
and that's fine.
But they got
It's still
But-
charity
so-
though. That's tax dollars.
They got a budget that's out of this world.
Exactly.
They do.
Exactly. So it's like,
You got to think about.
But we
that's what they
also
do.
got numbers and millions and millions, like a bunch of people, like black people
that have money that can put money together and do these same things in black communities.
But we're not. But the thing about it is, we're not talking about black people right now.
But that's what I'm saying. If we gonna nigga the whole thing down, right? Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that's the term we're using. We're gonna nigga Black history up. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't it be all niggas doing everything for the niggas?
And so this is my thing, right? We have to take it step by step. First step, take white people out of it. Second step,
right.
What can white people? I mean, what can black people do to make it more beneficial to us? First, we still on the first step.
Niggas need to start doing shit for niggas.
No, the first
step.
If
we trying to because if we saying nigger it up, then niggas got to do it for niggas. Because we can't tell white people to do stuff for us in black history to nigga black history.
But that's still the whole crabs in the barrel concept, though.
But that's not my argument. My argument was to defend why I think white people should be out of black history. That was my argument.
Gotcha. So what about the true allies, though? You don't think they could do some real help, especially if they got bread?
So, okay, granted, right? Clearly, I am mixed somewhere down my line, right? My mama's my mama is biracial. I bet my mama's bisexual. Yeah, my mama's father was white, right? So, of course, I'm black as fuck, regardless if you agree or not.
I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. I'm
black, y'all. And I'm black, the black, y'all. Like, I'm black as fuck. And so, my thing about it is, I'm not saying for the majority of white people, I'm not saying all of them are racist. I'm not saying all of them are ignorant. Mm-hmm. My issue is that when it comes to other races and other cultures, they are allowed a space to just celebrate themselves and cultivate a lifestyle for themselves, and we aren't granted the same opportunity. So it is okay for me to say that, yes, I do not believe you're racist, but this is not a place for you at this moment. I'm not saying you can't ever speak to white people. I'm not saying you can't ever be cool with them. But during Black History Month, these 28 fucking days, can you please mind your business? Like, that is it.
Hey, some people don't like being excluded. We know who some people are. But
and that's the fucking problem.
If you tell people they can't.
White people.
Sorry, stepdaddy. But you're not in this one. You can't be included. Yeah. But no, I completely agree. But as soon as you exclude somebody from something, they want entrance, right? But it's not necessarily their place to be involved in something.
You're in a fraternity, correct?
Oh, for sure.
So
Big Noob stuff, by the way. Shout out to Kappa Alpha. We out here.
as much of like collaborations you've done with other organizations, other sororities, what could I do to become a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated?
What could you do?
What could I do as a woman? As a woman, what could I do?
Yeah. Boy, that's a layered question.
Nothing. It's nothing. But the thing about it is, right? Regardless of
Shout out to Caitlyn Jenner.
Woman of the year.
But regardless of what, I can't join your space because I am not a man. And that is okay. That doesn't mean that I can't do collaborative things with Kappa Alpha Psi. That doesn't mean I can't join the parties. That doesn't mean I can't do the fundraisers. I cannot be a member. And that is okay. So why, when we say that to white people, it's so many other different things?
But that's semi-contradictory at the same time. Because it's like, at the same time, you can't be a part of like my fraternity per se. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever. Yeah.
But you still are technically an ally if you're trying to be a part of what I'm doing. And you know what I'm saying? And progress what I'm doing.
And I'm not saying.
So would I exclude you? Would I exclude you from anything that would benefit my chapter or my fraternity, or if your cause is like legitimate? Probably not.
But what I'm saying is, right, when you have, so I remember, because let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
This shit
Story time would be.
Listen, okay, I fell in love with the noob. So my freshman year at North Carolina Central University, is it called a conclave? Was it called is it called a conclave?
Yeah.
So
what conclave you went to?
I went to the conclave my freshman year. This was 2010.
This sounds nasty.
Spring. It was in Raleigh.
Oh, goodness.
It was in Raleigh, and I didn't know anything about that dynamic. And so we got a hotel room. In the hotel, they was having the conclave.
Oh God!
And it was like it was. First of all, I can't even get into it because I don't want to incriminate anybody. But it was.
Oh Lord!
It was like
these are BK's thought. These are not thoughts of third perspective podcast production.
Listen, it was crazy, and we were a part of that moment, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't get to go to any of the meetings.
I feel what you mean.
I didn't get to go to any of the ceremonial.
For sure.
or like meetings or anything like that, right? So I was a part, but I wasn't in the fraternity. So what I'm saying is white people can be a part, but excluded. Exactly. Certain things aren't meant for other people who aren't identifying as the black race.
They can support, but not be like.
They can celebrate with you.
I think it takes a different thing, though. I think it takes like the black community, the black leaders to start that. Like right now, like I feel like Black History Month is like low key for white people. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, remember what you did.
But come party with us.
Yeah, right. But like Juneteenth is not that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It might be now because they made a national holiday. I don't like that.
Yeah, you don't like that some of us still don't get it off for work though. I'm just saying.
But at this point, right? It's kind of like
I think we do too now.
We still like we still catching up pretty much
for
as
sure.
far as the black.
We'll always be
we catching up. We trying to catch up, and we get a step here, and it's like you get a step, and then you have black people that complain, and then you get another step, and then somebody else complain. Mm. Instead of just like you said, creating something to where you can create it, start it, and keep it going, then we can see our own progress of what we have created.
Correct.
Versus waiting on them to give us something and then say, no, that's not all we wanted. We want this, and this.
But success is a disease for real sometimes.
But how do you facilitate something like that?
That's what I'm saying.
Within the black community, how do you facilitate
that? Is a good
question.
question.
I think success is a disease for black people. Oh shit!
No, it's for everybody, but especially black people.
I think success is a disease for black people now because when we were going through the time of segregation and things of that nature, when it was prevalent, people like Muhammad Ali and Dorothy Dandridge were still black in America. So even though they were successful, they still had to suffer being black. Today, celebrities or high-profile black people don't live black in America. So it's difficult for them to speak on our behalf when they can't understand what we go to on a day-to-day basis.
Expound. You
so like
the whole Wayne saying he not black?
I kind of disagree with that.
No, because
I'm about to say
because you named a couple of people, and back then there was a couple of people that was doing that, and you still had the other people like, no, we need to listen to the white man do what the white man say. And now you got some people that speak out. Jay-Z is somebody that speaks out.
I agree.
Even though he's in the NFL, but certain shit wouldn't happen if he didn't go into the NFL. And he sits around and says stuff about this is black people stuff. This is what we're doing for black people. And he's getting them white people money.
Right.
But Jay-Z is also like, you know what I'm saying? He's a unicorn.
Right, exactly.
Muhammad Ali, unicorn.
Not a unicorn.
Not a unicorn. How was he
not a unicorn?
How was Muhammad Ali not a unicorn?
Because
what boxer could do what Muhammad Ali did? And let's not forget, he got punished for doing what he did also.
But at the same time,
they snatched his belt. They put him in jail for not going to war. Yeah. They told him he can't fight for a certain amount of time.
Well, one, they didn't draft all black boxers. So that was number one.
They made an example out of him.
Right, they made an example out of it. So you can't
unicorn.
Say you can't
Trump
say
also died
you
can't
but you can't say that he's a unicorn when other people didn't have that opportunity to in that position, right? So
Jay-Z money different though.
But what I will say is
sure.
when you talk about like one of my heroes, right? Dave Chappelle, he speaks about it a lot in his comedy. He says that, living black in America is different from him because when he gets pulled over, when they see that he's Dave Chappelle, they do not treat him the same.
So no, they can't.
And that's my thing. Now. So I'm not saying that they don't have experiences of being black, but once you reach a certain level, it is not the same if I get pulled over and Beyonce gets pulled over. But they're not going to treat us the same.
But there's also levels to that too at the same time, right? So for me, I'm a college-going black student, right? I put my NC State tag on the back of my car for exactly that reason, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you have tags to like things of purpose, you're less likely to be abused because they don't know what resources you have.
That's the problem.
It is it's a huge problem.
Right.
Because if you ask me right now, I'd take my NC State tag off my car if I could.
It's validation.
It has saved me in college and out of college. They pulled me over and said, "Oh, blah blah. I see the state like what classes you taking." You know what I'm saying? I'm on campus, bro. What classes you taking? I'm like, bro, I'm taking X, Y, and Z. Okay, have a good night. Only warning I've ever gotten.
Saved me so much.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Air Force
veteran.
Right.
And that should have saved me so much.
It shouldn't be like that, but it shouldn't.
It's validation. It's like,
and that's the thing.
Are you worth what we're going to give you?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Y'all have worked for that. Just like the other people have worked for that.
But it's a luxury, though.
Beyonce them has worked. They have worked to have that luxury. They have done what they have done from all of the years that we have seen them doing what they have done. Beyonce pushing through pregnancy, still performing the way she does, getting the support from black people, white people, all these other people to be able to have the privilege of, oh, you Beyonce, you can go.
And, I'm not worked for that. I'm not saying that she didn't.
They have worked for that.
I'm not saying that they're wrong for their success. What I'm saying is, regardless of if they worked for it, if they deserved it, if whatever, it's still a difference. It's still going to be a difference if I get pulled over and Beyonce gets pulled over. So at the end of the day, if the leaders aren't, and I'm not saying they are or not, right? But from the conversations I've seen they had on CNN, things like that, if they aren't being very present in today's community of black people, they are not going to understand the struggle that we go through.
Well, you can be present, but you don't have to be like, you know what I'm saying, social media present. So at the end of the day, Jay-Z, Beyonce could really be behind the scenes giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to
and they've done that.
And they've done that. But to be present in the media, like, that might mess with your bag overall.
Yeah, I'm not saying be present in the media.
Right, because they still got a family and a lifestyle to take care of.
I mean, also, even when we think
everybody can't take the Colin Kaepernick risk.
Oh, no.
No. I'm not.
Everybody ain't willing to do that either.
I'm not saying that at all, because even when, I got into it really big with my friends about Michael Jordan and how, you remember that whole situation when he didn't publicly endorse that candidate. Come to find out, he did give that person money, right? One, Michael Jordan was not living in North Carolina at the time. Two, you don't know what conversation Michael Jordan had with that. We don't know if this, just because they black doesn't mean they good. That's another thing I wish people would understand. Like, just because they're black doesn't mean that they are for the betterment of black people. So when Michael Jordan made that comment, well, Republicans buy my shoes too. Yeah. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent, right?
People love saying independent, so they ain't got no accountability of nothing.
I'm not getting into that part.
That's not my fault.
Wait, I'm curious. It don't matter. Who you align? You align with somebody? You align with? Boy, don't say it, please. Not really, not like this.
Honestly, I don't get into it. I don't get deeply into it because I haven't took the time to learn that much about it. Because I don't. Certain things I just don't deal with because I can't control. So I don't let them bother me to that point. The first time I've ever watched like a debate was last year with Jasmine.
That was a horrible debate.
Like the last couple of, and I've only watched them because she wanted to, and then I actually enjoyed it. It was funny to me.
I'm deep in the
That is not how you debate usually go. Let me just say that. Yeah.
I don't get into it because it just ain't my thing. My thing is when people be trying to act like they know all of the stuff and tell people that you don't know such and such, and you should go with this person because of bro, you ain't even did that much research on these people.
I agree.
To say this person is good or this person ain't. So I stay out of that.
Politics are confusing. And it's also like the lesser of two evils for me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Democrat naturally, I've just been raised that because at the end of the day, I align with more things on that platform than Republican because Republicans are really for them, for money, for everything. But at the same time, it's not like I'm not about that.
I have a lot to say about that. I don't want to get into all of that. But what I will say, yes and no. I feel like Democrats tied to a lot of our emotional state. Right, they absolutely do. They say things, but they don't do shit for us. And so
if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black.
Yeah. It's like
So I need to say that too, because at the end of the day, it's like Democrats, of course, have they have a social standing, which leads to our hearts. Like, okay, we need equality, we need this and this. It's not fair, this, that, and third. But at the end of the day, it's like we still have an accountability over them because if they make a law or they do something that's against the brand of Democrats, right, they're still held accountable for it.
Are they?
So even if it's to an extent, but even if it's fake, bro, even if it's fake support, it's still support to an extent.
So for me, it's like saying at that point we're comparing which one is the better plantation. Which one?
We know which one is better.
But at the end of the day, I don't want to be on either plantation. I want to be a free nigga. So I don't care. I don't care what they're having. They can have chicken Wednesdays at this plantation, and they can say I don't.
We got fish Fridays over here. We got chicken Wednesdays over here. We got benefits.
benefits.
Yeah, we got benefits.
When it comes down to it, the two-party system is archaic as hell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It
hell.
needs to stop.
But to break it down takes work. And at this point, everybody
We got time.
Look. Everybody in Congress is what? Probably above 40, 50. Ain't nobody representing us for real.
So like
That's a
at the
fact.
end of the day, we have to wait for them to kind of.
To die off.
I don't want to say that like that, but
No,
you know what I
say
mean.
it.
I was about to say
What about to die off?
They kind of go away. We put a new set of younger millennials in track, and then you'll start seeing real change. But you got to wait for that. Unfortunately, people got to retire. They got to
Die.
But even when we talk about like the Democratic
Joe Manchin
Party,
with that.
right?
Stop playing with Joe
And
Manchin.
don't
like
get
you,
me
Joe
wrong.
Manchin. Put me
I
on
don't,
Crawl for
have
that.
no beef with Joe Biden. I don't have no personal beef with Joe Biden.
I was Sleepy
right?
Joe.
I
old,
don't.
big
He cool,
Yeah,
right?
I just
But-
I don't think he know what's
I would
going on
be-
right now. Like,
I
in
would
the, like
be-
at
Remind
all.
him every morning. When
Yeah, I think he's just out of it, bro.
No, he's got to be.
But
Yeah.
he's old, bro.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden also created bills that
we know that.
locked up black people,
Bro,
and in its entirety.
that's most of your people. Kamala did too.
And
most
right,
of the people back
right.
then, except
And so-
for like two.
But
two
so
people
so
did.
this is my thing. This is my thing.
Yeah.
That's classism.
Right. This is my thing.
That's
I want black people to vote for who has our best interest
Which is
at
who?
heart. At the end of the day,
Exactly,
this
'cause
is-
you only get
and-
two people.
But this is the thing, because we don't allow ourselves to create leverage, and Democrats already know because they're pulling at our emotional heartstrings that they're going to get our vote. We don't like Joe Biden has promised us so many things. Now, granted, I am not holding him to a flame on his ass like you better do that shit right now, but give us something that you promised. Give us something that you promised.
They did. They gave us Black Lives Matter painted on streets in around America.
Right. And as many times
He's got hundreds of millions.
The pins was cool.
Those loans, like giving back. It might not have hit us yet, but at the same time, it's like it's coming. At the end of the day, Sleepy Joe, they don't put him on. Sorry, Sleepy Joe. I'm still here.
I fuck with that nickname for real. Sleepy Joe. He old too. He's like a cool ass.
At the end of the day, they don't put him on camera. Like Trump was good at speaking, saying a whole bunch of trash, whatever. This is that and that.
And Trump goes
Joe
on
is
Twitter
not
on your
good
ass.
at speaking, but they are doing things behind the scenes. Please research your local whatever representatives to see what they've actually done, because they are putting money and time into certain things. But for me, do I think Biden is fantastic? Absolutely not.
So I don't have.
Trying, bro.
Trump
I
a
don't,
dog
I don't
on
agree.
Twitter.
I don't agree. I don't
Trump
agree
be like, I
that.
don't like black people, and that's what I said.
But the thing
If
about it
you
is,
rich, I
it's
fuck
weird
with
to
you.
me. It's
got
weird
money?
to me that
Yeah,
we
come
have
this
this
way.
feeling towards Trump now. This is what I feel about Trump.
Oh, hell.
This is what I feel about Trump, right?
Please.
It's weird to me because he's always been racist, right? We didn't have no problem
Against
with
broke
Trump.
niggas.
We didn't have no problem with Trump when he was all in the rap videos, when he was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when he was doing The Apprentice, and he had LaToya Jackson on there and all these other black people on there.
He had no stain though.
No, but this
He
is
had no
but this
stain
is
there.
my thing. He already Trump is a person to get money, and so I think when we realize when we take a step back and look at things like classism, right? People with power are going to do whatever they need to do to keep the power. So if they need to be sexist, they're going to be sexist. If they need to be racist, they're going to be racist.
So BK.
Trump said if he ever ran for president, he would be Republican.
He told you
because
back in
they're dumb.
94.
Like so,
But
this,
he's a caricature.
Exactly.
That's what he was back then.
And that's what he was. And that's what he is now.
But you answered your own question,
That's
though.
money,
He a
man.
businessman.
and he's a businessman.
So
He's
look,
a businessman.
So you're saying he's a businessman, right? Who has the most money by like historic effect, bro? Who has the most money in America? So naturally, who would you align with?
So, but this.
So you're like, I want people to do things for me. I want people to represent me. But at the end of the day, we don't hold any. We hold minimal land, minimal real estate,
Right.
minimal money.
And-
so why would he mess with us and let us
but this is my thing. This is my
This is
thing.
what it is.
So when I actually have a business, right?
Yeah.
And during the
Big
pandemic,
boss talk, nigga.
during
that shit, bro.
the
Talk
pandemic,
that shit.
during the pandemic, while black people were so worried about what the fuck he was saying, like we haven't had the past 40 odd presidents say racist shit and do racist shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trump has given my company more money than Biden has done.
Whoa, expound, please, because I'm
Hold
curious.
on,
So-
you been getting money and you ain't tell me?
So the
Well, that's some fuck shit,
the
boy.
grants,
That's
the
why I
grants
ain't-
Let me get
and
$20.
things
Can't
he
put her
paid.
on the contract
Trump did so much for small businesses. I'm not gonna get into it.
What are you doing right now?
You didn't take what is happening.
Cut the tape, bro.
Listen,
we about to because we about running out of time.
This is my thing.
I do have to leave.
And he got it.
What time is it?
You do have to leave.
Don't worry. Hey,
But this
we
is my
gonna
thing.
follow this up in a minute. Listen, next episode or something else. This gonna continue. We definitely bringing Ryan back.
For sure.
I like the way he speaks, and he be saying some subtle dope ass shit over here. He made BK tell us that she was getting money from Trump. I never fucking do that. All right, never fucking do that, BK. Find it weird how you find shit out. Good Saturday to find man, whatever, man.
Listen.
Anyways,
I want my French fries.
now fuck that.
Girl, I'm cold at this.
Yeah, I hope Trump didn't pay for those fucking
Okay.
fries.
But
Maybe he did.
I'm about to say the whole brand name.
Yeah,
You already know.
Hey, man.
You saw the box.
because they don't like gay people, and we don't support that.
You don't like gay people? All
I
right,
open on Sundays. We ain't say what you
I'm
were
about to
though.
say, I just shouted out Caitlyn Jenner. Now come on. Hey, but this has been a dope episode. Definitely, we're gonna keep these guys definitely gonna be back on here. Y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe, follow, all of that type shit. Alderson Scott, Man with the Voice. Alderson Scott on Instagram. Well, Alderson Scott first on Instagram. Third Perspective Pod. Follow that thing, dog. But I ain't keep saying all the other shit because I ain't no YouTuber.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yo, that hit.
Hey, I'm about to say, that's dope. That's dope.
I did not say I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Listen.